Alright, so here's the bummer. My microphone failed on the entire video. So I guess I'm just going to end up putting some music in here, and every once in a while I'll make a little comment about something. Sorry about that, but I was definitely devastated myself, and I wasn't about to remove the entire engine and start over again. So at this point now I'm about to hook up the vent on the bottom of the air compressor. You forget that one and you're pulling the whole engine out to get it on. There's no other way, so don't forget that one. Okay, so at this point now I am hooking up the vent that goes on top of the counterbalance shaft. Make sure you got your 30 weight oil in there. I can't remember, it was 30 ounces or something like that, 40 ounces. It's in the manual. I have it in another video, but that one is critical. No oil in there and you can kiss the whole gear goodbye and you'll be pulling the engine again. So at this point I'm installing the fuel rail, as you can see, in the fuel injectors and air injectors, and there's 4 pipes that go into this thing, and then it just bolts onto the top of the engine. This one's pretty simple assembly. And Loctite everything and you're good to go. It's time to install the exhaust. Just the lower pipe, that thing has to go in. The other thing not to forget is put the clamp on that thing before you go any further, because if you put the top part of the exhaust on and don't put the clamp around it, there's no room to get it around the exhaust. Hooking up the oil to the oil pump. That's another one you don't want to forget if you're using the oil injection, which you should be anyway. And pretty simple, just hook that straight into the pump. There's a little screw that you can loosen up on the oil pump as an oil bleed screw, just to get all the air out. And that's about it for that one. Here I'm installing the alignment tool to align the engine, get everything all locked in nice and straight. Without doing this alignment, that engine will vibrate in there like crazy when you're getting at the engine, but the machine will vibrate when you're driving around the lake. engine wasn't correctly aligned. I needed to add more shims underneath the engine. So I found it was just easier just to hook on the cable, the winch, lift up the engine ever so slightly, slide some shims under, and then drop it back down again. So at this point I figured I'd do a test start, just a quick start just to make sure that everything was okay before I got all the exhaust on, because it's really hard to work on this with the exhaust, upper part of the exhaust installed, and as it turned out it would not start. So I actually had to get the diagnostic Seadoo Pro out to find out what was going on, and ended up testing everything, and it was the fuel injectors were not activating. So here you can go into the Seadoo Pro Diagnostics and you can activate all the different solenoids and raid valves and everything. And the only thing that would not activate was both fuel injectors. So I ended up having to swap those out. After replacing the two injectors, it fired right up like instantly. No cranking, no nothing. Instantly fired up, so I was confident and decided to go ahead and put the top part of the exhaust on, which is a challenge within itself. I would say that putting on that upper exhaust is the hardest part of the entire project and takes the most time. It is so hard. I didn't put the clamp in, as you can see here, then I had to take it out again. You wrestle with the stud That's at the very back where my left hand is down there. Everything's just a real fight. All the space gets really tight once that gets put on. You can't get your arm in anywhere. So be prepared for a challenge.